Across Divides is a podcast that discusses challenges faced by communities around the island of Ireland. In season 3, we spoke with young people about what peace means for them over a quarter of a century since the signing of the Belfast Good Friday Agreement. The issues faced by young people today are complex and interconnected. They include challenges with climate change and mental health, employment and inclusion, culture and equality. Something that seems to have changed since 1998 has been the question of identity, which is complex and evolving. While there are still deeply rooted histories that influence identity, it's increasingly shaped by openness and diversity as youth seek to define and express themselves on their own terms. The young people who took part in the podcast came up with a range of solutions, including the recognition of a distinct youth age group, where young people can have the freedom afforded to adults and the social protections granted to children. Throughout the podcast, we discussed areas where youth are not being supported, calling out hidden violence on the island of Ireland and the ways that services often fail to address the interconnected challenges facing young people. They also talked about some of the forums and channels where they've been able to platform their issues and work with other young people, youth workers and policymakers to have their voices heard. In many cases, we found a need for listening and compassion and direct actions to secure the future of the island's youth. Young people are well informed on the issues that affect them, and the series explores some of the innovative ways they're raising their voices to levels where they can have a meaningful impact. This ranges from using social media as a tool for youth empowerment and how a youth vote might support a stronger and more inclusive democratic process that represents the voices of young people who are well informed on the issues that affect them. For young people on the island of Ireland, peace building is an ongoing and challenging process. Peace means different things to different people, but there are unifying strands that can be drawn from the vast knowledge and lived experiences of the island's youth. It's an inward and outward facing process, and the podcast takes us through the thoughts and feelings of young people towards the actions they're taking in their schools and universities, youth groups and online, and in national and international forums. We hope that the podcast can be somewhat representative of the most pressing issues facing young people today, that you might learn something from it and enjoy listening to it.